And welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do, as you can tell from the title, a story time. I have discussed the story a teeny bit in one of my old videos from about a year ago, but I didn't really go into the details, so here is the story of how I got a hole in my arm. This story begins in the middle of 1990, when I was just a little baby in the womb. Because my mother was older, they recommended that she should get a test for Down syndrome, and back then it was called, I'm not sure what it's called, I need to Google that, wait there, where's it gone? Amniocentesis. I don't know if I said that right. Amniocentesis? Pretty much what it is when the doctor gets like a needle and they inject into the stomach bump and they take a little tiny bit of fluid out from around the baby. So in this scenario that's what was happening, and Mum was kind of like, oh, that sounds really cool because you can find the ginger as well, because back in the old days when I was a fetus, they didn't do like the normal schedule. They did, but you couldn't really see, like you couldn't actually really tell the gender. Like 3 years after I was born, my niece Gemma, they did a test for her and they were like, oh, it's a boy, but she was obviously a girl. So the tests back then were pretty useless really. And we got a video of one actually from when Jess was in the womb, and they're like, there's the head and there's the feet.
Here's the head of the baby. It's the stomach of the baby.
And you're just like, what? You're probably just making it up. Nobody can actually tell. But yeah, anyway. So in my day, it wasn't easy to tell if your baby was a boy or a girl. And I'm gonna move over this way a bit so I'm actually in the middle of my camera, on my screen. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'll find out what the gender of my baby is. She turned up at the hospital to get this thing done, and she was waiting and she was waiting, and the nurse came along and gave her a jug of water because she was drinking lots and lots of water. So she drank up her water, and the nurse was like, yeah, he should be here soon. And she waited, and the nurse was like, he should have been here like ages ago, so I might go get him. So she went and got the doctor, and eventually the doctor turned up, and the doctor was like, yep, I've done this like hundreds of times, nothing's ever gone wrong, should be fine. So he came along, he did his little test, he got the needle, he put it in, and I started to move around a lot, and he was like, oh, you know, the baby didn't really like that very much. And Mum's just like, okay, he obviously knows what he's doing, it's probably normal. And then he pulled out thing and there was blood on the needle, and Mum was like, oh yeah, that's probably just what happens. But then the doctor went really pale, and he was like, if you have any pains or you think anything might be wrong with the baby or with you, call me at any time, day or night. And he seemed quite panicked. Mum was like, oh, what's happened here? And when she gave birth to me, I had a hole in my arm, and that's when she realised, when he actually injected, it got the fluid but it also got my arm. And it's just really lucky that it didn't get like my head or like my eye or I don't know, my brain or something, which he was probably obviously worried about. He obviously realised it had hit me, but he couldn't tell where, obviously. I turned out fine. I was actually really lucky that it only got my arm, and I'm probably one of the only people in the world that can say they've got a hole in their arm from that test. I don't know, could have happened. I couldn't find anything about it online happening to anyone else. Whenever anyone sees the hole, they're like, what is that? I can never actually see it though because it's in such a weird spot. Let me know if anyone else out there has had like a birth defect because of this injection. I don't really think they do it so much now. I think they've got safer ways to check, but you know, this was back in the 90s, so back in my day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a like and a comment, and I will see you next time.